Memovance Pro capsules are a scam, and I'm going to tell you how I know that. My name is Jordan Lyles. I'm a senior reporter with the fact-checking website Snopes.com. I come here on my personal YouTube channel on nights and weekends to help people stay away from scams. So what this is, you can see here on my screen, it looks like the AARP website. What this is a fake AARP website. The real AARP website is aarp.org. This is concentratetoday.com. It's a scam website, absolute scam website, claiming there's a $500,000 Alzheimer's lie and that Big Pharma buried Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi's Japanese discovery for 30 years until Clint Eastwood, 95 years old, used it to reverse his own dementia. None of this ever happened. It's a scam article. AARP never published this. And what month is it that I'm making this video? It's July 2026. Yet this is somehow the winter 2026 issue. A scammer's mistake. Oops. And so AARP never put out this magazine with all these like interesting looking headlines and stories. It's just not real. And they claim there's a 4-ingredient Okinawa protocol, which is a recipe they claim. And if you stick around, we're going to show you what that recipe is. On the next page, there's a long video. They never reveal the recipe. The recipe is a tool designed to keep you on the video, watching the video for like an hour, so that at the end of the process, you fall for the scam, you buy pills, the Memo Vance Pro or whatever it's called, and you don't want to do that, of course. So you go down to the bottom here, it claims that Clint Eastwood, Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi, Maria Shriver, something about reversing Alzheimer's and dementia with a great Okinawa recipe, a ritual, a protocol. It's going to be amazing. You go to the next page, and it says here on concentratetoday.com, it's health news. Neurologists, the Honey Shield brain trick may restore memory after age 60. It might claim Bill Gates has something to do with this. He doesn't. No doctors, hospitals, universities, or famous people ever endorsed this product ever. So let's hit play on this video and see exactly what they present. Just know this, if they show anyone famous or really anyone at all, it's either AI manipulating them or creating a completely fake version of them in a fake environment, or it's a deep fake, meaning manipulated lip movement where they've taken like an interview with the person and they've manipulated what they're saying and what you hear them saying, but they never actually talked about this. No one famous, doctors, hospitals, universities, famous people ever endorsed or talked about Memovance Pro.
The last minute of 60 Minutes is sponsored by United Healthcare.
60 Minutes never reported on this ever. This is a fake report you're about to watch.
For the last 30 years, almost every memory drug sold in this country has been built on the same idea, that a sticky protein called amyloid plaque is what destroys human memory. Pharmaceutical companies have spent more than $42 billion chasing that theory.
So they're showing a completely AI-generated version of Scott Pelley is what it looks like, who's no longer with 60 Minutes.
But now, a question that nobody in the memory loss industry wanted to answer out loud has finally been answered. If plaques are the real cause of Alzheimer's and dementia, how do we explain people whose brains are clogged with plaques but who still have sharp memories and show no signs of forgetfulness? That single question led to a privately funded brain investigation by one of the wealthiest men in this country. And what they found is now being called a 10-second bedtime ritual that is helping older Americans recover words, names, and clarity they had quietly accepted were gone for good.
I left Vietnam, but Vietnam never left me. I can tell you the sound of helicopter blades from 50 years ago. I can tell you the smell of the dirt the day we landed. I can tell you the names of every man I lost. So explain this to me. How is it possible that I can remember a single morning in 1971 like it happened on Tuesday, but I can walk into my own kitchen and not remember why I went in there?
So that guy never said any of that. They're manipulating the words of a Vietnam veteran, it looks like.
That is the question I could not get out of my head. At first, I did what every man my age does. I made jokes about it. I said, I'm getting home. I said, I left my brain in the other room. I made a face when my wife caught it, like it was nothing, but it was not nothing. It was the same look I saw on my own mother's face in 1985, 6 months before my father stopped knowing who she was. And I started to feel something in my chest that I had not felt since I was a young man waiting to ship out, like I was about to lose something I could not get back. So when my daughter sent me this video about the honey protocol, I almost didn't see it. But after I saw with my own eyes how simple is the protocol and how it's giving back his hope to thousands of Americans across the country, I thought I should at least give it a try.
So this honey thing's been going around for a year, maybe longer, where scammers have for years taken an ingredient that you can find in almost anyone's kitchen. They claim it has something to do with reversing diabetes or Alzheimer's or helping with weight loss or nerve pain or whatever. They claim that a special ingredient in your kitchen can do that. The reason why they do that is because it seems simple. It's familiar. They think it's going to keep you watching the video to the very end. And in many cases, unfortunately, they're correct. Honey's not going to do anything. The recipe you just saw them putting together with like red pepper flakes, like the Pizza Hut red pepper flakes. I know it's a Pizza Hut. I'm thinking of like my childhood. And like honey and other stuff doesn't make any sense. It's just interesting looking ingredients to try to catch people, keep them on the video, and in the scammer's hopes to get like sell the product at the very end. This Memo Vance Pro product. If you're looking for Memo Vance Pro reviews, the review is it's a scam. It's not going to do anything to you. The reason why you can't find any information about who's behind the product, where they're located, where they bottle the product, anything, the founder's name, is because it's a scam. That's why.
Now, I am not going to tell you everything changed overnight. That is not how the real world works. What I will tell you is that after about 3 weeks, the mornings felt clearer. The words started coming back faster. I could sit at dinner and follow the whole conversation without feeling like I was 3 seconds behind it. Well, for someone my age who's seen it all and been through it all, that's more than enough.
So if you have started forgetting names, losing words in the middle of sentences, repeating stories without realizing it, or sitting at your own dinner table, feeling one step behind the conversation everybody else is having, do not close this page because what you are about to see may be the most important 10 minutes of television you watch this year. Let's roll the presentation.
Most people wait too long. They wait because the first signs feel small. A name that will not come, a word that slips, a story they have already told, or a simple morning when the conversation moves faster than they can follow it. And because the signs feel small, they explain them away. Stress, sleep, age, too much on their mind. But here's the problem. Small signs are still signs. And when it comes to the human brain, waiting until everybody else can see the problem is the single most expensive mistake a person can make. Because by then, the fear is no longer private. Your spouse is finishing your sentence.
By the way, I know some people out there maybe like Bill Gates, or maybe they're neutral about him. They don't care. And some people don't like him because of politics, or like they think that he does evil movie-like villain things, like where he's like taking over the world. I don't need those comments. I'm just trying to help get rid of a scam here and help people stay away from a scam. Hope that you understand that.
Your children are correcting your stories. Your grandchildren are looking at their parents across the room when you lose your place. And what people are trying to protect is not memory in the abstract. What they are trying to protect is the man who always had the answer, the woman who remembered every birthday, the grandfather who told stories so well the whole room got quiet. And that is why this discovery matters. Because it began with a question that nobody in the entire $42 billion memory drug industry wanted to ask out loud. If plaque is what destroys memory, then why do so many people with plaque-filled brains stay completely sharp? That single question opened a door that the rest of the industry could not afford to walk through. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through it. So please pay attention to the next 5 minutes of the short presentation, because by the time it's all said and done, I'll give you the exact 10-second honey ritual you can do tonight to start reversing memory loss and cognitive decline in as little as 21 days. Now, I must warn you, this video has already been taken down 3 times.
He's never going to reveal the recipe by the end of the video. And the video's not been taken down. That's a lie. It's just like a sense of urgency thing. You need to hurry up and make your order. That's what this is. And this is again about Memovance Pro. And the bottle looks just like NeuroMind Pro, which I've covered as a scam as well. This comes with a supposed money-back guarantee, but let me guess, they're not going to honor that because it's a scam. It might come with subscription charges, membership charges, recurring monthly that you didn't know about when you hit submit order, which is the way that these things go sometimes. So of course, I'm not going to try to make a purchase of this and see what's going on with it, nor am I ever going to consume pills coming from questionable sources. I hear from people a lot where they tell me that they did fall for a scam. They took pills and those pills made them sick and maybe they had to go to the hospital. I'm serious. That is not like a small thing. I see that all the time. I cover these scams so frequently, and it's really scary that people will fall for these things, these like just Memovance Pro. I hope that you've received help from my video. Like, comment, subscribe. This is, memo something, or brain something, or neuro something. These scams, they just keep changing the name of the product and the marketing, trying to get more and more people to fall for this. There's no recipe. They never reveal it to you. They're lying to you. No one famous ever backed it. No doctors, no medical professionals. It's nothing more than a carefully packaged marketing attempt to get your money for something that's not going to help you reverse Alzheimer's or dementia, nor is honey. Honey is honey. Honey is delicious. That's all it is, okay? Unfortunately, you may have thought, no, Jordan, I saw an article somewhere that honey actually has amazing properties to reverse an ailment or something. No, it's honey. It's a familiar product scammers use to keep you watching their videos. So like, comment, subscribe. The join button is down below. Don't buy Memovance Pro. Don't buy anything where they claim Bill Gates has something to do with coming up with a new protocol or capsule, supplement, pill, whatever, to reverse Alzheimer's and dementia. Is Bill Gates involved in Alzheimer's research or something? Yes. Means nothing about this. He has nothing to do with these pills, with a recipe. Scammers are using his real involvement with Alzheimer's research or whatever to try to make you think that he has something to do with this, and he does not. Thank you so much for watching.